Hi everybody, welcome back to the den. Thanks very much for watching. Just a quick video update really. As anybody who's looking at my channel will notice that I did a little feature, a little show of a lot of 3D printing work that I've been sort of playing around with. For one gaming specifically was Gloomhaven, as well as Kingdom Death Monster, but this is about the Gloomhaven. In that video I said that all the elements that I've been playing around with and printing and so on, for which we've got loads, I was actually going to put on the Geek Marketplace. Now since that time I've been inundated with PMs saying, when am I going to put something up, when am I going to put something up? So this video is just to update you that there will be the ability to get your hands on these on the Geek Marketplace, so that's Board Game Geek. Obviously if you're watching this, then this is through Board Game Geek, but if you're not watching this, you're watching this through my channel, then please go over to Board Game Geek and go to the marketplace in the Gloomhaven thing, and you will see that these are available. But anyway, just down to the basics. So essentially what I've been doing for the last few months is getting hold of 3D print files from public domain sites, people making changes and so on and so forth, and making a number of bits of changes myself. A lot of if you're into 3D printing, you'll know a lot of the problems that we have with failed prints and holes and things like that. There can be quite a lot of work in changing just the models, let alone the problems with printing and the failures and so on. Now I have access fortunately to a number of big 3D printers, and I was able to make a lot of this stuff, playing around with different materials, different types of methods and changes and things. So it sort of ended up that I've ended up with a huge massive 3D print stuff, which has got to go somewhere. So that's what this is about. What it is, on Board Game Geek, guys put together a 3D print list, which comes as an Excel document, but it contains all the monsters and everything. Now obviously in your game with Gloomhaven you have cardboard representations for barrels and walls and all those sort of things, and obviously you want to bring the game to life. So what I did was I downloaded that and I pulled out just the scenery part. Okay, so this is just for the scenery, this isn't for the monsters and so on. There had been quite a bit of work, so we won't be bothering too much with them, but this is for the scenery pack and so on, which I'm going to put on as a Google Doc and hopefully attach it to the video. If not, I'll do a shared space where also you can get all the high-res pictures. There are two items on this list, or on the old list, that will not be appearing in the move on, and that is the 3 hex tree and the totems. Now these have produced quite a bit of an issue with printing. The tree, for instance, has to be printed upside down, and support material, which is a second material which dissolves, will support all the elements of the branches and so on, and then you dissolve it and it takes out. Now what that means is it's extremely expensive. The support material for 3D printers is very, very expensive. Failure rate is high, so I've taken that out because it's just takes too long. The other thing with totems, they have a similar problem because they've got overhangs. We're trying different methods of turn them around. So currently totems are off the list as well, but those are the two items that you'll find in here which from a scenery point of view will not be in the thing. Now what this is a full collection here of all the items. There's 128 pieces to this set to replace most of your scenery with the real thing or representation. And what I did was I went ahead and I painted all the bits, all the elements in my paint skills, and I've put all the pictures. Now there will be a medley of the pictures on after this, and you'll be able to see what they look like. We're going from this to this. Okay, you'll be able to see close-ups of pictures, and I'll probably do a link to Google Drive and just have a public forum there. We can just go in and have a look at all the pictures, but you can see what it is. Now, with 3D printing, we obviously try and source the best deal on materials. It's extremely expensive, so which is why a lot of them are in different colours. So we've got blues and oranges and blacks and things like that. So you will find anybody who's buying a pack will come probably, I think I've got a whole stack of purple as well, so we could see some purple, but it doesn't really matter because you're going to be painting them. But if you're just wanting to put them on your game board and not paint them, please be aware you could get a number of different coloured pieces outside the white. So they really are for painting, although it's entirely up to yourself, isn't it, how you want to approach it. Now, one of the other things with 3D printing, these are not mass produced, they're printed individually and are subject to various variables for 3D print. And that could be temperature. Temperature is a big issue for us in 3D printing and can bring out different sort of looks to the model. Now, they're only slight, okay, they're only slight, but there may be on some pieces a little bit of cleaning up to do, okay. Some of these have support that are put at the bottom and may have to be cleaned up and things. Not major at all, just be aware that, you know, they won't come out sometimes pristine. You might just need to file little tiny bits off and just tidy them up. Nothing more than you do on some plastics that you'd get, but like that lava plate, for instance, just needs the edges of the hex nipping off. But if you're a painter and so on, you're not going to have a problem with that. Outside of that, density is about 20%, okay, and it's a 1 mil. Print, so quality is pretty good. Now, what I will say for people who are interested in things like barrels and crates, which are in the thing. Now, I'm playing around with two. It's first come first serve. I have 2 barrels. I've got a sort of a rope contained barrel and a barrel that is slightly smaller, but it's one where it's braced with copper strips and so on. Okay. So you could get the different types of barrels. Now, what I have done, what I ended up doing, was I painted loads of them. All right. So the chances are, for the first come first serve, you could end up with painted barrels. All right. Simple as. I haven't got a lot of these. I went mad and I painted all the barrels I had. There are some more on the print. If you don't want my version of painted barrels, have a look at the picture. I think they're pretty cool. I think they're pretty good. Okay, then, you know, put that in the text and you just have to wait for the next print to come through. And that may go for treasure chests, because I had a bit of a thing on treasure chests, the small treasure chests. I ended up painting them all. Okay, pretty good actually. But have a look on the pictures, and if you're happy with those, I'll be putting those for the first few orders. After that, they will be going back to whatever colour we print out from. Okay, so like I said, 128 pieces. There's a lot of print in there. It weighs about 1.5 kilos. So bear that in mind for postage and things like that. Anyway, it's up on there. Have a look at the pictures. Hopefully some people will find some use for them. Like I say, it's just about covering material costs and bits and pieces, so there we are. Okay. Now, along that line, what I might be doing is I've been experimenting with different types of scenery elements. That's a really cool, I don't think you can see that one there, the really cool chest that I found and printed and painted, and a lot of these have been dressed as well. Anyway, like I say, look at the pictures. If you like what you see, PM me about any questions that you have. Thanks very much for watching. Please subscribe, because there will be a number of updates to this. I've got a lot of Kingdom Death stuff coming through and a lot of other things. So please subscribe, and we'll be doing some updates on other 3D print scenery. And there's a lot more of the stuff in this game outside of the normal token stuff, which you can embellish the game with. But as it comes through, the only way I can update people is if they subscribe on the channel, and we'll send a little update of perhaps additional packs. And if I can come up with a cheaper way of putting these trees out and totems and a bit quicker, then we'll do that as well. Alright, thanks very much for watching. Take care, enjoy your painting and playing, and until next time, thanks very much. Bye now.